has been really choppy lately. So we'll see how this goes. Um, let's start. Oh, there's Susan. So, yeah. Hey, Susan. Okay. Let's start rubbing your hands together. We're gonna do the lymph flush. Actually, you know what? Let's breathe first, and then we'll lymph flush. Inhale, open. Stretch out and up. Really reach out so your whole body is lengthening, and then bend your knees. Let yourself come down. Inhale, chest, heart, and lungs lifting. You can even go up onto your tippy toes if you want. And then exhale. Let's actually bend the knees and round the spine, coming all the way down. Soften your neck. Come back up. Inhale, lift, arch, and open, tippy toes or not. Opportunity to work on your balance and soften and melt. And two more. Inhale, lift, arch, and open. And exhale, reaching out into the space, relaxing your head, relaxing your neck. And last one, inhale, stretch it up. This time we're just going to shake it down. Shake, 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 shake. Agitating the inner body so that everything's getting bounced around, shaken up, moved so that it can reabsorb whatever needs to be reabsorbed and get rid of whatever needs to be removed. So we're about to do the lymph flush. I'm just shutting this curtain more so it's not so bright in here. We're going to take our right hand to this upper clavicle. Right hand crossing your body, upper left clavicle. Inviting that pathway of lymphatic fluid that's returning to your heart, to your blood flow to enter right in. So opening up this area. If it's tender, be very gentle there. You can also try moving around so that from inside and from outside there's movement. Other side, same thing, left to right. Yeah, I feel like every fall, I just need to I have to go above and beyond, getting more rest, eating the right food, really living in a way that is healthy and not not poking the bear, so to speak, not pushing the edge. Otherwise, it's like it's so easy to get sick at this time of year. And then coming to the angle of the jaw, getting in under there gently. You don't have to jam it, but moving as in whatever way feels good. And meaning you can go as deep or as shallow as you like. Try opening your jaw, squishing up your face, moving around. We're going to go to that one spot right here, just above your nostrils, getting in there, circling around, squish up your face, let it go. Inviting the fluids to move inside, especially if anything's kind of blocked or stuck, right? In our sinuses coming down under your cheekbone. And again, try moving your face. So from the inside and the outside, it's moving. Then you're going to go from your nose up into your eyebrow, just to the halfway point up there. Not too hard, gently pulling up. And then let's do the 10 little dragons running through the forest, giving your whole skull some movement. You can do it in the front on your head, doesn't just have to be where your hair is. They can go rampant beyond the forest into the plains. Yeah, letting yourself just listen into your body, what needs to be moved, touched, awakened. Good. And then we're going to shake that out, come to these points right under. Here's the edge of my collarbone. It's about an inch down on my body, inch and a half. Two little indentations circling in there, K27 points. Ah. And then a little Tarzan on your chest. Oh. And we'll take right hand to the left armpit pec, getting in there I'm going to turn the heat. I feel like I have warmed up my house more than it needs to be warmed up now. I got to go turn it down. Switch it to the other side. So left hand to right armpit. Yeah, it's a big dance of turning on and off the heat all the time in the winter in this old house. Next place, Sister Kylie coming in. So like if your bottom of your ribs are sort of here, just go in and squish in and up. Pulsing in and up. This is your biggest lymph node. Deep diaphragmatic breathing is also going to move that lymph node. So then also movement, moving around. Squishing in. And then getting into our inguinal fold between our pubic bone and hip bones. And then taking it down behind the angle of the knee and getting in there. You can bend and straighten your knees, inviting some movement into that. And let's just bounce and shake it out. If it feels okay to jump, give yourself a jump. Jumping is going to help the bone density, right? Just giving your bones on the landing more of a message to get stronger. All right, let's spiral, twisting, looking around behind you. Again, there's a whole lot of lymph in your torso. If you look at a picture on the Google of your lymphatic system, I highly recommend that. Then you get sort of an image of, oh, what are we doing? We're moving all that stuff, right? I think sometimes people, not you, of course, but other people think that like exercise is really just about the muscles and the cardiovascular. I feel like that's changing. We're starting to get the fact that it's all of our body. It's our nervous system. It's our lymphatic system. It's our blood flow. It's all the things need to have some movement and life energy. Our endocrine system, everything benefits from a moving body. And we used to move a lot before we had so much electronic and technological devices to do everything for us. All right, yeah, let's take it down to the floor. If you have weights, grab them so that they're near you. Let's start with twisting. So sitting on your butt, rolling across one butt cheek and then the other, getting this little spiral. You can go as slow as you want, letting yourself really feel into the tissue of your glutes and your hips and your lower back and move across it in a way that like responds to what you're feeling. Like, oh, it would feel good if I got in there. So listen into your own body. Yeah, and then you're going to stay on one side and just rocking around, getting that tissue to all move. So this is like our happy hips movement, happy hippos and happy hips, so that we are just letting the tissue really move around the top knob of our femur, our thigh bone. Our greater trochanter is getting some movement. So is our lesser trochanter on the inside, but just getting over that so that the fascia is getting movement, the bone is getting movement. Take it to the other side, same thing. And it's all squishing around, getting more mobility in the tissue. Mobilizing, hydrating, and increasing the integrity by giving it some weighted movement that has this movement that is demanding different things, right? As I squish around, it's pulling this way, pulling that way. That's what creates the strength. So if this is our let's say this is our bone and things are pulling on it in different ways, pushing it, pulling it, that's what creates the density and the integrity of the tissue inside the bone, but also the tissue outside of it. Like if we always just pull in one direction on that bone, we're not getting much three-dimensional dynamic strength, right? So we want to get things moving in different directions. Okay, we're going to do the same thing, but you're going to lift, arch, and take it down to the floor, surrender, open it up, open it up, big chest opening, and then dropping down, spiraling through your torso, massaging through your hips as you roll across, and your glutes. So the last class I taught on Saturday, we did a lot of stuff to release our backs. I did a lot of stuff to release my own back, and it really helped. My back has not been hurting for the past few days. So, and today, like, I'm actually feeling pretty good. So it's going to be pretty much an overall class of all the things. Go ahead and come in, get whatever you want, Mom. If you want to make an appearance in the TV, you can like wave to everybody. You gotta come in. There she is. There's my mom. Look at us. We look just like each other. What are you looking for? Oh, go ahead and get it. That's all right. Yeah, that's a cameo appearance by my maker. Open your arms out, draw your knees into your chest and spiral, twisting your head away from your tail. And if you want to make it harder, you can extend your legs out. It's up to you. If you're not ready for that, don't do it. Really letting your arms, your torso, your back work together on this twist. Then bring it in, and let's come onto our backs, legs out, feet on the floor. We'll heel rock, digging your heels into the floor. See if you can send a wave of movement up and down through your body. So softening your head tail connection, relaxing your muscles. If you tend to grip in your butt or in your abs, see if you can soften that and send a wave of movement up and down through your body. Just breathing into it. If it's not happening, fake it. Add more movement and see if you can start to feel what it would feel like if you had more movement. So I tend to find that in myself, this part of my sternum gets a little held. So if I add just a little bit more of a wave feeling into that, I get more movement through my chest, lungs, heart, ribs, diaphragm, all that stuff. And then bring it in and let's grab our weights. So if you have weights, grab them. We'll do this. You're going to take your arms up over your head. Legs are together. You're going to cross. Just stay low. So I'm spiraling my arms and my legs, crossing my body. Inhale down, exhale, twist. I have 2 3-pound weights in my hand. You can go with no weights, a lighter weight, a heavier weight, whatever feels right to you. Spiral and cross. Inhale down. Leg is kicking across and coming down. Knees stay together as I spiral, kicking across, opening it up. Twist, hello, obliques. Open, twist, open. If this is feeling good and you want to come up further, you can. It's up to you. And if the spiral doesn't feel good, if the twisting doesn't feel good, keep it lower and don't twist. Deep breath. So for me, a big part of the work here is as my arms go over my head and I'm stabilizing my torso. So I'm not totally popping it down. I'm letting it stay a little bit more connected so that I get more movement in my rotator cuff, in my arms. Relationship between my arms and ribs is very much in my awareness. Last one. Take it down, get rid of your weights for a second. And let's do the same idea of the heel rock, but just with your knees bent. So you're pushing with your feet, letting this wave of movement come through your body, feeling into your head tail connection with a wave of movement, letting it bobble up and down. Relax your neck, relax your jaw, relax your face, and then just gently turn your head from side to side, look around, take in the space around you, right? Letting your brainstem know that you are safe. And let's grab the weights again. And all of this can be done with no weights. If you don't have weights, don't worry about it. Or grab a heavy book or anything else. I always find it interesting, like some books are really light and some books are really heavy. And I mean, like the quality of the paper in them can be so different. Like you can have a relatively small book that weighs a ton, or a relatively big book that doesn't weigh very much. So grab yourself one of those dense books if you don't have a set of weights. Circle around, using books as weights, or a can, a bottle, something else. Be creative. Letting your arms, if this is painful, make it smaller, right? Doesn't have to be as big. I could just circle my arms like this right in front of me, and I'm getting this massage through my shoulder blades. If you haven't changed directions, change direction. And if you do feel good, really reach those weights out and away from you, but feel into your body of like, does this feel good? Does this feel bad? Is it too much? Right? As we get older, we want to start figuring out how to really intelligently push our edges, but not injure ourselves. I guess that's the same for when we're young. Okay, if you have two weights, separate them, take your hands down. You're just going to internally and externally rotate your hands there. Let's do that. Let's do those little weird, like open it up and close it in. Don't open it so far that it hurts in the rotator cuff. You're not going to tear something. Open and close, open and close. So keep it smaller if necessary. Open and close and open and close. And let's take the hands palm up, down to the floor, up to our shoulder, down to the floor, up. Now here, if you didn't have a set of weights, get a couple of cans, try to get something balanced. If you have two weights that are imbalanced, just keep switching them back and forth. So do them for a while, one direction with one side having the heavier weight, and then switch it to the other side. So this should be fairly easy, not moving a lot. Let's try turning our hands down, palms down, coming up and down with the palms facing a different direction. All right, so each time we change that relationship, spiraling in our radius and ulna, we're changing what's happening to the tissue. And especially in this day of texting and typing, and I'm just going to change them each time. Down, up, switch, down, up, switch, down, up, switch, down, up, switch. In these days of texting and focusing all of our attention into one tight area can be hard on our wrists, hard on our eyes, hard on the tissue in our body. Let's take the arms up to the ceiling, opening up in a fly, and exhale, close, open, close. Flap your wings, close, open. Feeling that into your heart, into your lungs, into your ribs. Open, close, open, close. We're not doing this forever to like get the burn. We're just doing it to give some density to the tissue and some strength to the inner body. Taking your hands up over your head and then down, reaching up and down. So I have my hands slightly in front of me. If I take it down to the floor, I get more of a stretch, but it might be better to just keep it in the sort of front plane of your body, like as if it's all happening in front of your face. So you're not pushing that rotator cuff into too much of a extension with the weight. 4, 3, 2, last one, and release. Put it down. Just shake out your arms, wiggle your fingers, move them around, squish up your hands, open it out, turn in, turn out. So I spend a lot of time doing this type of movement with my hands. And I feel like this is a great way of helping to keep flow happening through there. So especially as it gets cold and like you kind of start to clamp up, see if you can keep bringing movement out to the periphery of your body, those distal edges, right? Move them around as if you're kneading bread or massaging somebody or petting your cat or dog. But let that be more like differentiated movement. So the hands, the wrists, all those little tiny bones get some varied movement that isn't just repetitive. All right, let's go up. Interlace your hands behind your butt. Walk your shoulders closer together if possible. Otherwise, just push the floor away. We're going to inhale, knees open, exhale, close. Inhale, open, exhale, close. Inhale, exhale. Use your breath. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Bring it into center, heels off the floor, up and down, up, tippy toes and lower. Push. Every time you come down, really push the floor away even more. So push, see if you can lift your pelvis higher. Up, push, up. So really engaging hamstrings, butt and back. Lift and push more. Lift, push more. Lift, push more. Lift, push more. And release your hands. Open your shoulders. Roll it down through your spine all the way down, taking your time. Returning to the floor vertebra by vertebra. Take a big breath in when you get to the bottom. Just shake it all out. Let everything get soft. Wiggle, free up your spine. And let's do a happy baby. Just opening up. Oh, wiggle around. Let your baby be happy. Imagine that your tissue has that soft, squishy baby quality, really elastic. Lots of collagen in those babies. Really healthy. It's the beginning of the growth, right? They don't have a lot of muscle built yet. It's a lot of fatty tissue that's ready to do something else. Roll back and forth. There's one reason why we don't want to put babies in bucket seats for very long, right? Some people just stick the babies in there and like, oh, the baby's happy in the bucket seat. That's limiting their movement a lot. We want babies to have a lot of capacity to move in varied ways. So not too much time in those bucket seats for any human being, little or big. Rolling back and forth. It may be convenient because they might quiet down, but you're shutting them down on a sort of nervous system, brain development way. We need to be able to move around, to develop the movement skills and the core support, the breath support, all that stuff. All right. And tummy time, some tummy time. Get them rolling around on the floor, get them on their bellies, get down there. I'm just lecturing all the people out there who are having kids or have grandkids. Especially if you have grandkids, get down there on the floor with them. Play on the floor. Lectures from Laura Ward, circles, how to be in your body. Make these small or big. I'm going with pointed feet right now. I'm going to keep them pointed, I think, the whole time. But if you're cramping, you can switch back and forth between flex and point. I'm going for bigger and bigger circles, spiraling more open, even letting my butt peel up off the floor as my legs come up. Couple more times. Last one. And I'm just going to open it out to the side, flex my feet, point my toes, fold it in, opening. Flex, point, fold, extend. Flex, point, fold, open, flex, point, fold, open, flex, point, fold, extend, flex, point, fold, open, flex, point, fold, open. Two more, flex and point, fold it in, open up. Last one, flex, point, fold it in, Open your feet slightly wider than your sticky mat. Internally rotate one leg at a time. Spiral in. Take as long as you want on either side. Like you might just want to hang out in one position or spend more time rolling across one hip. This is a great exercise for if you're a bicyclist or a skier or a human being that has two legs and walks and runs. This internal rotation exercise really good, especially for also ballet dancers who spend so much time externally rotated. We want the tissue to have the capacity to go both ways. Hook your heel over and take it a little deeper if that feels good. Breathe into it. And then switch it to the other side. And then bring it in, pick up your butt, give it a little shake, let your spine realign itself. Let's do a little bit more hamstring work. Let's slide your heels so they're kind of far away from you. You're going to leave your feet on the floor and just pull forward and backward on the diagonal. Should feel your hamstrings firing up. Lift your pelvis higher if possible, and then flex your feet and try that pull and push. And release and come down. Just relax for a second, extend your legs, give them a shake, maybe a little hit. Not going for your biggest stretch now, but just softening in there, letting the tissue soften up so the flow moves through it before we start again. So when we're holding tension, that is blocking sensation and blocking flow, right? So we want tension to come and go, tension patterns that like if you think of how the heart beats, right? There's fluid and then a little pull, like it's doing that, right? And the same with our body, like we want to engage, release, like even peristalsis, right? Our intestines, it's doing this massage down. But if it's just clumped all the time, that's not helping us digest. We want flow to have this engage, release energy, which I mean, it's like breath. It comes in and it goes out. It comes in and it goes out. There are these flows. All right, that's enough time to rest. Press it back up. Diagonal, pulling and pushing with your feet on the floor. Slide your feet out if you're not really feeling your hamstrings, or if it's too much, slide them in. And then flex your feet, pulling and pushing. And release it and come down all the way and stretch those, extend those legs, shake them out so the muscle comes back to neutral. So it's not super engaged. I'm also going to hit out my calves because they were doing some stuff in there too, and the front of my shins. Right when we do that flexion up, we're engaging the front of our shin. All right, then happy baby pose. Wiggle around, free up the baby. Free the baby for the love of God. For the love of Goddess, free the inner baby. Let it have some energy and some life. I'm going to roll back and forth. You can stay in your baby. Do what you have to do. Good. And then let's come up and flip around. Let's come into our cross-legged position. Just do a quick round of this, stretching from side to side. If the cross-legged position is not a position that works for you, find another position. You can extend your legs out in front of you. You can sit up on a block. Do whatever you got to do. We're going to circle the whole way around. Reaching your head away from your tail, letting those little cushy marshmallowy discs refluff up in your spine. Fluffy marshmallowy discs, stronger than a marshmallow, more like a rubbery, I don't know, but living, right? They're living. The discs are living. They're not like dead things that, oh, it moved that way, now there's nothing we can do. No, we can move our spines and that will reintegrate, reshape the disc. Let's circle our rib cage over our pelvis. Let your head free up. So head, cranium, ribs, pelvis, letting this big three bony movement free up the head-tail connection. Bony containers, change direction, other way. Each of those bony containers and containing important things, our brain, our rib cage, and our lungs and heart, our guts and reproductive organs. Like we want all that stuff healthy, right? If we're also blocking our energy flow in our pelvis, it's like, I wonder why we have so much erectile dysfunction and like cystic problems, or because we don't move. We need that stuff to move around and not be all right, let's change it to the other leg. I'm not trying to say it in a judgmental way. I'm just saying in a cultural way. Our cultural patterns of being in our body and thinking about our bodies are not the healthiest. Let's go from side to side, right? This is a process. We will be in the same body for the rest of our lives. And if we were taken out of this body, and if our brain was put into another body, it wouldn't really be us. Without our heart and our guts, it would be sort of some part of us, but not the whole thing. Let's circle it around. So much of our experience of being in the world comes from the sensations we feel in our body. I would say all of our experience of being in the world comes from our sensations of being in our body. So can we feel a little better in our body, or can we treat our body in a more kind manner? Moving regularly, eating good things, and thinking nice things about our body, like noticing when we're on negative self-attack mode and seeing if we can change that around. Flip the script, go the other way. Go, maybe that's not true. What if I say the exact opposite? Like, I feel really good right now. We're like, this is exactly the right size. This body is just perfect for me, and it's doing everything it can to support me. And I am in a healthy relationship. Let's take it forward and down. Relax your head, relax your neck. With myself, with my cells. If you are attacking yourself and your cells on a fundamental level, what's going to happen in the rest of the world, right? So come into kindness with yourself, shifting from side to side. Let go of the ideas of perfection about what you're supposed to look like and all that kind of stuff. Shake it out, let it go, rotate in and out, and let's come onto our bellies on the mat. So coming down, let's do the head onto your hands, curl your toes under, pushing up and down, seeing if you can relax tension in your back, in your shoulders, in your butt. My knees are touching the floor. And then from there, I'm going to stop moving, and I'm just going to straighten out one leg and release, and straighten out the other leg and release. Pushing through the heel on one side and release, pushing through the heel on the other side. Release, straighten it out and release, straighten it out and release one leg and release the other leg and release. Tops of the feet down to the floor. Let's bend the knee, and you're just going to reach across and touch the floor and come back. Bend the knee, reach across, touch the floor, and come back. Bend, reach with your toe, cross it over and touch, if possible, and come back. Bend, cross, and come back. Bend, cross and open, and come back. Bend, cross and open, and come back. We're going to bend both knees, cross and push into your hands, come up part way, come back down. Bend both knees, cross, push, come up, take it down. Bend, cross, a little mobility exercise, and come down. Bend, push, soften into the floor. Bend, push, come across, press up, come across, and come up, and come across, and stay down. And arms out in front of you, legs behind. Let's come all the way up. Reach it out. You're going to take your hands behind you and then in front of you. Palms up, palms up. You can make this rock or not. Oh, I'm cramping in my foot. And then just relax, let it go, shake it out. Take a big breath. Let your body weight drop into the floor. Bend your knees again and just roll across your quads, really relaxed. Kind of stick out your butt, reach with your tail, and then relax that and just roll across your quads. Coming in, hands next to your chest, baby cobra, and exhale down. Up with no hands, bring it down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, connect your hands, come all the way up, take it back down, and release. Up, all the way, down, release. Up, push, lower, down, up. Push, round your spine, take it back into a child's pose. Breathe and relax, wiggle around, soften and melt. And then take it onto, we're going to do this one, this little knee exercise, taking your butt down towards your heels and then pressing back up, taking it down and pressing up. If you want to make it easier, don't go as far and reach your arms forward. If you feel okay about it, just taking it down and up. If you want to make it harder, take it back on the diagonal. I'm just going to alternate between them. And then take it onto all fours, curl your toes under, lift your knees up off the floor, take your tail up to the ceiling, lower down, knees almost to the floor, hover, and then lower all the way. Let's arch and curl, and again, arch and curl, and arch and curl. Come to neutral, lift your knees, take your butt to the ceiling, bring it back, hover, try arching and curling there, arch, curl, arch, and curl, arch, or put your knees down if you need to. One more. Take it up into your downward dog. Walk through your feet, bend one knee and then the other. Let that stretch through your calf and Achilles. And then both heels to the floor, tail to the ceiling. Let's lift our heels high and then lower them down. Tippy toes pressing up and lower down. Press it up, lower down. Press it up, pushing through your arms and lower. Press and lower. Last one, press, roll it forward, round your spine, take it all the way forward. One hand to your shoulder, going 10, 9, alternate sides, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down to your forearm plank, pushing forward and backward for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it down to the floor and relax. Breathe. Feel your heartbeat. Maybe tuning into the energy of being you, what it feels like to be you in a living body. Feeling into that. Then we're going to take our tops of the feet to the floor, arms out to the sides, circles, reaching your arms right out to the sides. Circle one way, change direction. Inhale, lift everything up, arms and legs, open into an X, radiate outward, and release. Shake it out, relax your spine, relax your head, relax your neck. Coming up again, push through the heels of the hands, flex your wrists, reach it out, fingers wide, circles in one direction, circles the other way. Lift the whole thing up, radiate out into an X shape, open, 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 and release it down. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, let it go. Jiggle and loose, relax, free up the pattern, soften your body. Last time, fists down to the floor, circles backwards, circles forward. Reach the whole thing out and up. And push into your hands, lift and arch. If it feels okay, bend your knees. And release, take it back into your child's pose. Breathe, big breathing, filling up like a bubble. Breathe bigger, exhale more. Growing and shrinking with the breath. And letting that breath really move into every cell in your body. Deep cellular breathing. Our cells are breathing. From there, take your arms out and just put your hands palm down, then reach them palm up. So you're turning in and out in your forearm, feeling that connecting down into your rotator cuff, into your shoulder blades. And roll it all the way up. And let's come onto let's come onto our butts. Cross one leg over the other. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, take it forward and down. Breathe and melt. Breathing into your whole body. And then come up, bend the knee in towards you. Grab it, spiral, twist, and look around behind you. Get tall. Same leg, just change direction, counter stretch. And come in, bang it out, let it go. Cross it over the other side. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, take it down. Melt. Breathe. And come up, foot on the floor, spiral towards your leg, twist, look around behind you. Relax your jaw. Try yawning. See if you can pop your ears. And then counter stretch the other way. And then coming in, bring your legs underneath you, take your butt to the ceiling, open your feet wide, shift from one side to the other, letting yourself hang, breathing and melting. And come in, roll it all the way up to the top. When you get to the top, inhale, open, fill up your lungs. Let's bend our knees and arch, take it all the way down. Chest, lungs, heart to the floor, roll it up through your spine. Inhale, open. Exhale, bend your knees, arch it down, stick out your butt, relax your head and neck, and bring it up. One more like that. Arch, open, all the way down. Surrender, soften, roll it up. And then just one regular one. Up and down, letting go, breathing into it. Having a moment of saying, thank you, body. Here we are together on the planet with all these other people and beings and plants and animals, and all the things. So the more gratitude you can feel for being there in your body and appreciating having a body and being able to move, the better you're gonna feel about yourself. So whatever is going on, even if you're injured, if this is happening, if that's happening, just be like thankful that we're still here on the planet with a body. So if you have been there in TV land, thank you so much for watching and joining. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share. Do all the things that help me grow the channel, which I provide for free for everybody out there in the world so that they can have deeper, especially for aging bodies, access to movement.